Well, I think that London landlords face a unique set of challenges. What we're not saying here that this is a set of landlords that don't care about their customers or aren't trying to communicate to their customers. What I feel this survey has pointed out is that the message isn't getting through. This may well be unique to London in the sense that probably London tenants have been most affected by the changes in welfare reform, the benefits cap. London's a very expensive place to live. And I do think it's critical that landlords react to this survey. It's an enormous survey. Nearly 9,000 Londoners answered the survey, 61,000 nationwide. And it's been taken from an independent standpoint. It's not a government survey. It's not a landlord survey. It's a survey taken by HomeSwapper, which is a UK's leading mutual exchange service. So this is how tenants can swap homes online. So it provides a lot of mobility. And I think, therefore, the insight that the survey's given is incredibly valuable.
But what do you want social housing landlords to do about this? What can they do? Well,
I think they need to get to know their customers better. If you look at it this way, in a private setup where you have a landlord and a tenant, a level of trust has to exist between that landlord and that tenant. The tenant wants to make sure that if anything goes wrong with the property, that the landlord will respond and come around quickly. And from the landlord's point of view, they want to make sure that the rent is paid on time and that communication channels have to be open. It was very interesting in the survey, one of the key elements where landlords almost universally scored very poorly was in the whole world of repairs and maintenance. So that's viewed as a very, very high subject in this sector.
And one of the things that could be behind this dissatisfaction and unhappiness is that new welfare reforms have been introduced. You mentioned a few earlier on, and also going to be introduced. There's going to be more in terms of the way tenants will be paid housing benefit.
Absolutely. There is a change coming down the track, which is seismic for people within social housing. And simply stated, that is the rent that used to be paid directly from the government to landlords is now going to be paid directly to tenants. Housing benefit is £25 billion a year of taxpayers' money. This is an enormous situation that is approaching. So what this survey is highlighting is that if the communication channels aren't there, if people don't feel that their landlord cares for them, and I think equally well what's important is that a big majority of people that we spoke to within our survey don't really understand the implications of welfare reform. We'd be calling on the government to try and run a campaign a little bit like self-assessment, tax doesn't have to be taxing, so that people could be educated. And this is a big issue for people. I mean, if you don't pay your electricity or you don't pay your phone bill, it gets cut off and perhaps you can come to an arrangement. If you don't pay your rent, then you face the prospect of being evicted, and that's going to affect your family and your children and so on and so forth. So this is a big issue, and it's the biggest issue really in social housing today.